Power Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakadash. The bonus to the elder apostles, great millstone who were well. Salutation and much love to Yakimader. Fish out his word, the truth and sincerity. Brothers from Great Millstone Tampa, back with another live lesson. We're just gonna go through the spirit, what's most edifying. But go ahead, my nephew. Oh, no, they have said something before, but yeah, we can just go into the mark of the beast. Pretty much we were talking about it a little bit before it started. This has all been in the works. Esau's been putting this all in the works for over 100 years, more than that really. But as far as like the what we see today, this digital system, all this shit has been in the works for a while. It didn't just happen in the last 20, 30 years. Esau's been had this, leading up to it. So we can, go to, by the way, grab Revelation 13. I'm gonna go to the word, Graphos.
Can you read it?
Yeah, kind of.
It's Revelation 13 and I'll start at verse 16, straight to the point. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Going into the word mark.
Well, keep going. I'm gonna get there.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Going into
Because this is again the reason why I said that this has been happening. Well, the first step was the gold, getting rid of the gold standard. And what did they say? It was really started in 1933. When they started. What was it? Roosevelt. When 2 days after he got inaugurated, had a national holiday where all the banks were closed down for a couple of days, or I think 4 or 5 days, or maybe even more. But they all closed down. And then when they came back online, right? That's when he started saying that. Matter of fact, I just pulled it up on Google and just read it up. It was called what was it called? You said
the New Deal.
The what?
The New Deal.
The New Deal, right? So you go 1933,
which is a major change in the financial world. Okay, America was already just coming off of World War I, where they became the dominant power of the earth. They had gathered a majority of the riches of a lot of these nations. So the whole system changed. Like we were talking about, they started to go into becoming a so-called debt nation.
Yeah, because he put out an order. He was like, people need to start bringing in their gold. All right, so you can get these gold, these fiat notes.
Yeah.
Well, at that time it wasn't fiat yet, but because you could actually go back to the bank and get something in return. Now you go to the bank and give them the same shit they give you. A piece of paper that has faces on it and different numbers on it. So this was the beginning of them setting up the mark of the beast. Because then, because back when it was a gold standard, you didn't have like you have now, right? You can't, down to the, because you have to have something to replace the gold or the dollar or the notes. It was a note. Now it's a debt note. Back then it was a what was the term for it?
Certificate.
A certificate. Yep. So you can redeem a certificate. You can redeem something for.
Yeah.
A debt note is exactly what it is. A debt note.
IOU.
Yep. And that's what they're telling you. You owe them, even though it's your money allegedly, but you still owe them because it's a debt note. It was let me hear. It says bank holiday. That's what they called it. It was also another term. It was an Emergency Banking Act of 1933. It says following his inauguration on March 4th, President Franklin Roosevelt set out to rebuild confidence in the nation's banking system and to stabilize America's banking system, which is bullshit. Really, what they wanted is for you to start bringing in that gold because they had a plan ultimately, which we're gonna get into. It says on March 6th.
Because you had the collapse before that.
Yep.
The Great Depression was already going on. So they created that chaos. Here's the solution. Coming away from using the gold.
Yeah, because again, people like you had mentioned before, they were the rich people anyway, because everybody didn't have all this gold and just come swinging into the banks to get these bonds and certificates. That's like you said earlier. Some of these people still got them to this day from that time period with the same year 1933 on it that they never cashed in. But guess what? That's gonna be toilet paper. Because it's irrelevant, because Esau, he's about to, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they wanted it, they said this, oh yeah, bring it in, we're gonna give you this. And then it got to the point where Nixon, now it was illegal, you can't just hold the gold and just use it at a grocery store anymore. Your certificates, you need to turn back in and come get this fiat currency now. So they're gonna do the same thing now. It's gonna be another emergency banking act that they're gonna require you to bring in what you have, and then or to continue to use their new system, which is digital now, which we've been seeing play out. Now you're gonna have to comply with the new system. They're gonna require that chip. Go ahead, though.
And ultimately, that's why the Lord is getting ready to disappoint this devil. He's at the point, Esau Edom, where he's about to try to fill his belly, to completely devour you people with fully implementing this thing that he has had in the works, man. Okay?
And this is his quote. It says, this is from President Roosevelt. It says, I can assure you that it is safer to keep your money in a reopened bank than under the mattress. So that's what they're going to play on the same shit again.
Yep.
Things are going to get bad. And then they'll be like, look, your money's, the way of living is safer if you just take this chip. Keep your money digital. You know, you don't need this no more. As a matter of fact, we don't accept it anymore. So you either get down with it or you don't. Let me just read a little more of this. It says immediately after his inauguration. Hey, who knows? Aren't we coming up to an election year or a new inauguration? It says in March 1933, President Roosevelt set out to rebuild confidence in the nation's banking system. At the time, the Great Depression was crippling the U.S. economy, like I said. Many people were withdrawing their money from banks and keeping it at home. In response, you're not going to have that option this time. The new president was a special session called a special session on Congress the day after inauguration and declared a 4-day banking holiday that shut down the banking system. So the Esau is going to do the same shit. He's going to shut down the system and have a reset. It says including the Federal Reserve. This action was allowed. So like it was followed a few days later by the passage of the Emergency Banking Act, which was intended to restore Americans' confidence. Yeah, is to make you a debt slave is what it was for, really, ultimately. And then, because what, they've had this all in the works this whole time, leading you to this fiat currency that now is just ones and zeros on a computer that they can program at will, however they want. You know, so your logical math that you use to comprehend your everyday life is not what the math the banks use. We can prove that. With your calculator. Everybody got a calculator guess what? Every calculator, no matter where you go, it's all programmed. And that's where now we can get into the Karax, right? The Karagma, the root word is Karax, and then you go to the last root word of that is graphos. And what is graphos? It says to write. You know, to code. In other words, what is that? Coding. You know, and what are they coding? The number, your money's, you know, you might have $10 billion in the bank. That's nothing more than ones and zeros somebody typed into a computer. But you can't go to the bank and get that money out. If you're a millionaire, billionaire, go to the bank, go to your local branch. They don't even have that kind of money. First of all, you got to go to like a Swiss bank to even get that kind of money, if they even have it. It's all digital, man. Esau's been moving to this. He started with the fiat currency, got away from the gold standard, gave you some paper certificates, then it became fiat currency, and now it's literally nothing. It doesn't exist. The money you use doesn't even exist. It's not real. It's just ones and zeros. It's grapho, okay? Which is tied to the market of beast. And that's why they let these crypto pumps happen, right? Because what the money Esau uses, the current dollar, USD, you can only go down so far. It's 1 cent. But with crypto, you can go past that. You can go infinity with crypto. 0.0038 zeros 1. And then but somehow you own a Bitcoin. Not one Bitcoin, you own 0.0000% of a Bitcoin though. And that's nothing more than a graph. Because overnight they can just type something into a computer and all that shit goes away. But go ahead. And then this is what's leading to the market of beast, because clearly it's going to be tied in. The digital aspect of it, of how they code, is clearly tied into the market itself. That's why they've already started the digital banking. It is not a form of The money's already digital. You didn't know that? The paper you have in your wallet is exactly that, paper. $100 bill is no different from a $1 bill. It's only the faith that people have in it that makes a difference, and because they told you so. Go ahead up.
Back to Revelation 13 and 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
So what? You're gonna have to have this marks, and we know that to be the RFID microchip or an implantable payment device. You can Google that. Plenty of articles come up. Implantable payment device, right? But what? How is that mark gonna allow you to buy and sell? Well, don't they have contactless payments, right? Well, what is that contactless payment that's gonna access? That digital currency that they just, you know that meme with Jim Carrey just typing away at the computer? That's what your money is, man. Some evil, well, they showed it in this Goblin movie, the Wizard, Harry Potter. Who were the bankers? They looked like Amalek, and they were like trolls and little goblins at the bank. Little short goblins. Those are the people that control your money, man.
Schnoz.
Yeah,
the small hat nose.
Yep. That's what they were telling you. They were telling you in the movie that's who runs the banks. And remember they took them down. They had all the gold and shit.
Real quick, just to back this precept up, this is Proverbs 4 and 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. And you got to understand that this is the way that the devil thinks. This man doesn't sleep unless he's done some evil on the earth. He's caused some mischief to happen. So with keeping that in mind, you got to understand that the time that's getting ready to come, all these different policy changes, especially to the financial sector, okay, all these things are being done for a mischievous purpose, okay? And that's to brand you as a servant of him, because he, as the Most High, setteth himself up as the Most High, seeing himself as he is the Most High, we're paraphrasing. Okay, because his pride has deceived him. Pursuant to Obadiah, this man, the Lord has put such a lying spirit on this man that he truly believes that he's about to get off with his enterprise, man.
Right off into the sunset like an old Western. Like he John Wayne,
And the financial sector is the start of it. That's the catalyst that's going to cause you to give up everything else. Because if he can cut you off from that money, you're willing to give up everything else. And you people have shown that through COVID, man. Just to be able to go outside, you people gave up everything. You gave up yourself. You willingly injected yourself with a serum. With a serum, right?
And now this nigga Fauci up there saying that he lied,
right?
But you wanted to kill us for telling you not to take it.
Right. So that's that when it says that he causes he causes you through mischief, man, through deceit. Because that's what he does. That's what he's been let loose on the earth to do, man. That's why the men of the Lord, we're able to see these things. And the scriptures even warn us, though, he made deceive the very elect, roughly paraphrasing.
If it were possible,
If it were possible, he could, because that's how deceptive his thoughts are, his plans are going to be playing out on the earth. That's how his plan is so crafty, man.
Yeah, so that's why he has to just lie about everything.
Right.
He can't leave no truth left, because he's the little white lies, what they say,
Turning up things upside down.
Yeah. So he got everything
has to be, because
a lie, man.
If there's one truth in it, then nothing else makes sense. So there has to be nothing but complete lies.
If you bring out you bring out some kind of truth, then he ain't gonna put you on the television and talk about it. Yeah, exactly. He knows. That's why I say you got to know the truth to know the lie.
Right.
But real quick to back you up, to say 1 Timothy 6 and 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So these people, Esau has dangled that, like that Geico commercial. Ooh, you almost got it. Dangle the money in front of them and they'll do backflips, man. And our people, Esau has allowed people to live accustomed to these certain lifestyles, especially here in America. That what does it take? It takes money. To make the world go around, it takes money. And he trying to be like the Most High, like the brother said, quoted, that to the point, quite, because the Most High, he gave us true, monetary system, right? Which is a bartering system, as every other civilization has used until the devil came around. Really, So now and again, the last thing that stood as currency was that gold standard, which shortly after America went away from it during Nixon administration, the world followed after the beast. So that's why it's the mark of the beast. They're spearheading this. And you see what nations are really pushing is the beast nations, man.
I got a quick one. Psalms 21:11, for they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. Just backing brothers up, man, that mischievous device is what they're plotting to execute on, which is the MOTV. This digital system that they're implementing, that they're structuring right in front of you. All right? So ultimately, you can be branded, okay, and enslaved under Satan forever. All right? But as the scripture says, the Lord will disappoint the devices of the crafty so he may not be able to fulfill his enterprise, man. This devil failed to realize that the Lord has laid out snares right in front of him. The snares that he laid, all right, for the elect to fall in is the snares that he's going to fall in. That's why it says if he could, he would deceive the elect. But he won't be able to, man. All right? And he can't see those traps being his own snares because the Lord has blinded him with pride, strong delusion. The scriptures say what? Thy pride has deceived thee. Okay?
I'll grab this. This is Micah chapter 6. I read starting from 10. Micah 6 verse 10. Are there yet the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, and the scant measure that is abominable? So pretty much going into diverse weights and balances, because going to this currency I was going to is not worth nothing. But here it is, you're selling for really, what this devil does. He purchases things that actually are worth something, like land, gold, things that you acquired on this earth.
Yeah, tangible assets.
Yeah.
A dollar is not a tangible asset because you can't trade it for anything. Well, you trade it for, now he's allowed you to trade for, or, sell yourself for it and buy things with it, but it's not, there's no value to what he gives you, man. Esau's money is not real. And that's why it's really not gonna be real when you can't use a piece of paper,
And then going to that word scant means like leanness, it's empty, that's not worth nothing, because I read it in the NLT. Micah chapter 6 verse 10, what shall I say about the homes of the wicked, filled with treasures gained by cheating? What about the disgusting practice of measuring out grain with dishonest measures? And that goes into the law he said about our financial system. Your measure is supposed to be equal. You're not supposed to be measuring liquids and grains and unbalanced scale, because that'll you'll cheat the man out of his deal. And that's what Esau's been doing. That's why James 5th chapter talks about him gathering all this riches, by deceitful practices. His gold and silver is cankered. Why? Because how he practiced going to his financial system on the earth. But now he has everybody bound up into it. Micah 6 and verse 11, shall I count them pure with the wicked balances and the bag of deceitful weights? Verse 12, for the rich men thereof are full of violence, the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. So again, going to how his devil practices on earth, he does trade with these nations, and they get a bad deal. And that's why these nations are trying to get away from the dollar, which they're all connected. It's the end of your agenda. But the biggest move this devil's going to do, trying to get even more rich, is really get your soul with this MOTB system. Because how are you going to get out of it? You can't buy, sell, you can't exist unless you use this system.
You can't. That's why the scriptures say neither your gold nor your silver shall deliver you. Because even though that's actual tangible things that you should be willing to trade, ain't nobody gonna want to trade no gold watch or gold chain that you got for food when the shit hits the fan. All that's gonna go out the window, man. All the storing of gold coins, what you gonna do? Throw it at people? Ain't gonna. I'm gonna trade a gold chain for a gallon of water. Because what am I gonna drink then after that? especially in when all hell was broken loose.
And you already see it now. You go to the store, you got a big bill. They're not gonna break that off.
Yep.
You know.
We can't accept that. Damn, I thought this was American money. Yeah.
And they've been slowly doing away with that with those self-checkout stations.
Mm-hmm.
And
No
you
cash.
they'll go there and they'll say credit only. So you can't. It's not like you can go to that and put in, cash. You got some places that can do that.
Yeah, some of them.
Publix does it, but there's
Some of Walmart still do,
Yeah.
but most of the machines will tell you right on there. They say
Right.
nope.
So that system's already been put in place, man. You're already putting your credit card and your debit cards on your phone. You just tap and pay, tap and take off, man.
Contactless payment, and then again going back to the whole bit, that was pushed heavy. They upgraded all the systems while you were at home.
Yep.
Now everybody got contactless. Even the chicken shop in the hood.
You have some point?
Yeah, just right to the point. Jeremiah 51, you brothers went into, I believe the priest Mike Allah pretty much just went into it. The nations, separate themselves from pretty much ditching the dollar. This is all biblical prophecy.
Well, they're separating themselves from the USD, not the digital. They're going towards digital.
That's what I meant. It's like,
That's just more of a facade because they all in tandem anyway. They're moving away from the dollar, but they're going towards digital. So it's all facade at the end of the day.
Because after the World War II, that history after it said the New Deal, they came in and that's the Balfour Declaration. They're all planning this, man. WW3 is going to usher in that new financial system.
It's a whole plot.
Yeah. Once the war got on top, they was like, all right, now we got the green light. Let's start implementing these things all over the earth. Because of course America's dollar has been the world reserve currency for just as long.
Well, through debt. That's why.
Yeah. But they've been able to dictate things that have taken place on Earth through that dominance that they've had, man.
yeah.
If I can add real quick, 'cause that's propaganda. That's really what it all boils down to. They setting that stage and illustrating, a facade, a mirage, while they executing their will behind the scenes.
Right, and I think Elder Yashawama recently went into it, where he said that he went into it in his video. He said that 80% of the world was using the dollar for like the last 10 years or something like that, or maybe he said a specific year, but for 2020 or 2021, it was 80% of the world used the U.S. dollar. That's a lot of nations. 80% of the world use the dollar. That's a whole lot of people.
To trade amongst each other.
Right. To buy anything. Yeah. Even if it wasn't going through America. Let's just say India was buying something
From another country, they still got
to use the U.S. dollar. So it's been ruling over people for a long time, man. So now they since they put themselves in that position, now they're able to do these changes, and nations had to follow suit. They had to all fall in line. That's why every single nation is going to have their form of this restraint. Okay, this trench.
I got it right here. This is on their website called AtlanticCouncil.org and Central Bank Digital Currency Trackers. Currently, there's 134 countries on track. 3 have already launched: Bahamas, Jamaica, and Nigeria. 36 pilots right now. 30 currently developing. So there's 134. That's pretty much I think there's like 170 or 190 countries, some shit like that. So the majority of them are already on it.
We're on track.
Yeah.
Already doing the research and development.
And the ones I'm seeing on the map, there's a bunch of them is Africa. Who cares? They trading with fucking sheep anyway. They ain't going to Esau's 7-Eleven or they ain't going to the Hooters to eat. You got there chasing hyenas and shit. But yeah, that's the point though. All these countries, developed countries, they all on board with it. I mean, look what just happened in Mexico. Ain't no Mexican become president from Amalekite Hope did. And what do you think she's going to usher in? You had something?
Yeah, just right to the point. Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. Right to the point. Babylon have been the golden cup in the Lord Yahweh Shai's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. that golden cup, as the brothers going into, man. All the nations being on board. This place, as the brother just went into, man. The dollar has been used. We say 80%. That's more than 2/3 of the nations, man, doing trades. All right, so that golden cup is pretty much, real quick, bro. You got it. Esau, Edom establishing this place to be the face, the beast. All right, the face of that Edomite supremacy, man. And the nations are getting on board, but it's going to get to a point where they're going to make up their mind and start Revelation 17 chapter shooting missiles on this place, man. Ultimately,
And you go back to that point about 80%, being used still around the world, the U.S. dollar, that ties into Revelation 18 chapter, that great merchant city. All the stuff that's being traded on the global market, so-called America, is always involved because their currency is always involved.
Right. And so currency, if currency runs the world, right, you need money to do all these things. From nations to down to the bum on the street, he still need money, right? Well, then what does that have to tie into? That clearly has to tie into the monetary system, the market and beast, right? And this is up there, Federal Reserve.gov website. It says, what principles will guide the Federal Reserve's consideration of a CBDC? I'll just say one of the points, the main point, complement rather than replace current forms of money and methods for providing financial services, but their goal is to replace it. Because they're just, like Brother said now, some people won't even want to take your money. So they're definitely want to, because they don't want no underground trading. And then when either way, people ain't gonna want to do that anyway. When he says, look, you can't use your money, that cash no more. You got such and such amount of time to come in, get a chip, and get your digital, get your digital authentication at the same time, your digital ID. And it's gonna be all in the midst of chaos that they're gonna be forcing this down your throat. Like the brother said, he calls quoting the scripture, he ain't gonna hold you down in the pit, Yeah, you gonna line up for it just like you did for the jump shot. You're gonna come with that privacy. Oh, it's for your safety. We need to weed out the terrorists. Look at all these migrants that came in here. We need to weed people out. Do you have more on that? Okay.
that was it. Yeah.
Got something here in Ezekiel chapter 28, and I start at verse 4, and it reads, with thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. About to go into Revelation 13 chapter, he calls it all. So through his wisdom, his left-handed, understanding of how people work, psychology, he's been able to force this U.S. dollar, throughout the whole world, because even I was in Jamaica, like, you go to the store, you can pay in the U.S. or you can pay in Jamaican currency, and that's the majority of places of the world. And you can still,
sometimes they won't even take their own money.
Exactly. But you can't do that here in America.
Right.
You can't come here and pay in a wine.
Yeah, you want to shit. What you mean?
But you can do that in other places in the country. You can still pay in U.S. dollars, So through his left-handed wisdom, he's then heaped up, treasures, man.
Okay. And that's why you're able to convert the money from American to the yuan and vice versa, because what? They're all fiat currencies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, China is not coming up against the elites. Who do you think's got the central banks in China? Shit.
I got some, just real quick, Psalm 73 and verse 7. It's like we was going into, man, that pride is pretty much fattening this devil's heart up to where the elites don't see nobody touching them. That's why when they ultimately do roll out this new order out of the chaos that they're going to ultimately present on the world, they feel like, where's the Most High? The brother just said, he put himself in a position as he is God. So they don't see the Most High. They look, man, they see themselves overcoming Yahushua. So how much more the poor? We need salvation. We got to be delivered from the grip, the teeth of this devil, man. Real quick, Psalm 73 and 7, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their heart could wish. And that's why we see that when they have these councils in the WEF. All right, when they have these summits out there in Switzerland, these devils is pretty much talking about some crazy shit. What your boy Yuval Harari been going into lately. Jesus is fake news. All right, our technology is pretty much supreme. The Bible don't give you, knowledge supreme as AI. This dude, they just talking crazy, man. Verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. All right, that's that high speak, because that pride, that money, that control, they done ate up the whole world. They, like the brother just beautifully established, 80%, that's more than 2/3 of the population of these heathen nations are doing the customs, the bidding of this devil, if you would, man. All right. Verse 9, it says, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
What was read the last verse again? What was the
Come, Psalm 73 in verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Yeah, they speak wickedly concerning oppression, and they use that currency to oppress us.
Mm.
That's how we become servants now, servants of death. So they speak lawfully.
Mhm.
They speak proudly. Look how we've gotten off on these people. What's his name? The father of Rothschild. His name starts with an A. Yeah, him. He said, give me control of the money, and I can't have who makes the laws, man. Because he knows that through that money, he can bring the stranglehold on anybody, because everybody's getting paid through that. Everybody underneath you. We were talking about this last night, me and the brother. The elites, they're not dealing with money, bro.
They don't have bank accounts.
We were saying they probably got a card that's just programmed to say approved to every machine, bro. They don't deal with fucking money, bro.
I waiting on the paycheck this week.
Yeah, but they got control of it.
They made it up.
Yeah.
They out of thin air.
All these nations that are making these changes, they're getting the people above them are telling them this is what you got to push out.
Yep.
Or we let you go, as you've seen clear examples of what's been happening on Earth. We'll let you go, and something will happen to you.
Saddam, I remember Saddam.
All right.
He wanted to start dealing with gold. I said, we set you up, we're gonna take you out too. Gaddafi, same thing.
That's why, real quick, Quan, you were still reading?
Yeah, just one more verse.
Real quick, just a quick one. Sirach 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit.
And that's his whole money system. It's called, he even calls it fiat currency. So he's not lying. I mean, he's not even lying to you. He tells you what it is.
Yep. It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So as he has done to these nations, he spoiled them through this dollar, and he's still doing that to this day. He's still spoiling these nations, and that's why we've gotten to the point to where now a lot of these weak nations are saying they are strong, not only militarily, but now they have allies with rich nations, or they themselves have become rich nations through exports and through technology, information sharing, and things of that nature. But now these nations that are, because the whole thing was with the U.S. dollar being a world currency, is that America put a sanction on you, and now anybody who does business with you will be penalized. So that would put that fear over people. So they eventually got tired of that shit, man. Now they're switching over to different forms of doing finance, because those systems have now been put in place.
And some of these people, some of these officials and leaders may actually wholeheartedly believe what they're trying to do, but it's still going up, funneling down from the top.
Yeah. And the point is now that these nations are getting on level, they're getting ready to take out that anger out on this whore, man. As she has done, it shall be done unto her. She has spoiled, so she shall be spoiled, man. That's what we're getting ready to see. Okay, because this man ain't gonna get off at 100% and cover the whole earth. He's at 80%, and he's about to try to make it 100. Okay, through that digital change, man.
And he's not gonna call it the U.S. dollar.
Right.
He can call it whatever the hell he wants. It's all ones and zeros anyway. Doesn't matter what he calls it. Yeah, it doesn't exist anyway, so it doesn't matter what you want to call it. I looked up at the etymology of fiat. It says authoritative sanction. Let it be done. Third person, be done, become, come into existence. That's what he did. He just created a monetary system out of thin air. Because then he trying to be like the Most High. He think he could just speak things into existence and start printing money. That's why, again, the banks is just they just print at will. How is that an actual money a monetary system if you can just print it and overinflate it? That doesn't. How does that hold any value? You can't do that with gold. You can't just make gold inflate like that.
The metasphere is Esau's heaven, spiritual realm,
Yeah.
where he dictates
ER.
these things. Yeah.
Or
Through the technology in that spells, that space, that realm. That's why he wants everything connected to the.
he wants to escape reality into some kind of fantasy world.
Yeah, that's his realm.
Yeah.
You know that he's created. He's trying to set himself up as someone.
Yeah, he's trying to be the main character in Fortnite.
Right.
He's a
He's a bro.
He's a seed.
That's the whole world.
Paul, you had that
Yes,
last
yes,
verse.
last one, you brothers got it, Psalm 73, verse 9, they set their mouth against the heavens. And that's their counsels, man.
Yeah.
That's what they doing that live.
That's their satellites.
Yep.
Their satellites pointing back up, trying to receive what's going on.
Yeah.
Because they trying to combat it. They waiting for signals, man. They're listening to space, man.
Yeah, you can go on NASA's website and different websites that they have. They tell you all the time they're getting sounds they don't know what the hell they're hearing.
Because they're listening for a specific sound, man. And they're missing it because it's being played out here on Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the sound they're looking for, but they're
It's
thinking
resonating from here, yeah.
They're trying to think out. They're trying to think like the Most High. Well, he's got to be. Nah, bro. He's
It's
through
right
the
here.
simplicity of Yahushua.
It's right in YouTube. It's on YouTube.
He's out here on the earth. That's the sound he's listening for. But see, through his deception, through his pride, through the power that's been given unto him, because he's been able to create these things to satellites to be able to receive sounds and put himself up on this level, he's deceived himself into believing that he's going to come and disappoint the Lord, man.
Because knowledge, the scriptures say knowledge puffeth up. Not only in this truth, but hey, Esau, he got vast knowledge from all the ancient kingdoms, you know, to now where he's able to build skyscrapers and fly planes and shit. Nobody's ever been able to do shit like that, but Esau has.
Esau is the walking epitome of pride.
Yep.
When you look at a pure devil that's on a level, that man will show you his true nature. He will show you his true nature. He won't give two fucks about you.
He'll do it to his own family.
Right.
Shit.
Exactly. He'll treat you like a piece of shit. Because that's the true nature of an Edomite. When he gets on a certain level, he thinks he's above everybody else. And that's the thing with these elites. And that's why you have the spirit that put on these different nations that want to go on each other at a lower level, even though the financial elites are backing at all sides. You know, they're creating this world war that's getting ready to happen. They're creating this shit, but on the lower level, these Edomites are on a certain level because they've been put in these positions, so they have that pride, like, nah, nigga, I'm the one who's gonna bring out my shit on top. And Russia's like, nah, dog, like, we trying to have things on, you know, they got their own agenda.
Yeah, he saw just the top families beefing again. This ain't nothing new.
Fight against itself.
Yep. House divided against itself shall not stand, man. And that's what we're seeing. The Lord has divided you. He has numbered you. Okay? He's allowed you to multiply, and now he's getting to divide you against each other, man. Okay? The Lord is been the master tactician. He's made you increase just to bring you down. And you've been deceived by that come up. You forgot all about affliction. And what's the scripture say about damn, how's it go? It's in the Apocrypha. There's a forgetfulness of affliction and
Prosperity.
riches and prosperity. Okay, so Esau, being the man of pride, he's got to that level where you kind of forget about it, but nah, this dude completely forgot about it. He forgot he was that man dwelling in the clefts of the rocks.
Well, he just keeps swiping that card and not knowing that he racking up that thick clay.
Yep, he forgot he was the basis of men. He forgot all about that. He really thinks himself to be the Most High now, man. That's how deceived he is, bro. This dude is a mad scientist. He's literally bugged himself out. And that's why he's doing all types of shit and getting away with it. Why? Because the earth has been given onto him. But now we're coming into that time where he's about to be disappointed, and the beginning of it that follows is going to begin. Okay? Because that's another indication that we at the last end, that we know this is the MOTB, okay, spoken of in Revelation 13. That this man is in power. Esau Edom. Okay?
And he's being revealed. You know, that's what it said what happened in the last day. And it's clear, like we mentioned earlier, we're finding about all his lies. Every day we find some bullshit this nigga's been lying about. Even the most smallest things you don't even think about, man. We're coming to grips with it. like we talked about this last night. Like how does electricity get to your house? Most people won't be able to tell you. Come to find out, most people think that there's a line running from the power plant and straight to your house. I just leave it there. That's a lie. So what else does he lie about? I'm not saying there ain't no power plants. There are power plants, but it ain't connected to your house. You ain't got one line that goes all the way to the power plant. But that's what I'm saying. Esau knows things that he's not going to share with others because he wants total control. When you're a king, you don't tell your serfs, what it is. You just do the work. Get to work. Yeah, exactly.
It's obey. You my servant. I gave you that money to buy that bread and the house that you got. Right.
And I'll give you an example. Back up off the electricity going to your house. How does Wi-Fi work? Bluetooth. Is it something you plug in, or is it just something that can connect through the air, right?
Radiation.
Right, exactly.
Signal being pushed down.
But so that Esau lies about so much. He lies about the money. He lies about who he is. So you think he's gonna lie and tell the truth about anything else? He's trying to hide his identity for a reason. He's the orbiter and he's the fact checker, right? He's the orbiter of truth. He's the humanitarian of the planet, right? The orbiter of what's right and wrong. And then he'll tell you that this rock is from 8 billion years ago. Another lie.
Jacob, not Jacob, Esau, he's the father of lies, man. This dude is literally created a whole realm, a whole lifestyle built off of lies, man. He's built civilizations off of lies. Nations have been created off of lies, man. And this dude is on the verge of trying to take over the earth completely and every aspect of your entire life through lies, man, through deception.
I got a precept for you. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb, and they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Yeah, they're liars, man. They are truly the son of perdition, right? So here it is. This devil is telling you that this new world order that they're pretty much implementing after the fourth industrial revolution, the CVID situation, they telling you that, pretty much, it's a problem. What's the problem is the earth is in stake of being destroyed because cows are farting too much. Too much global warming, carbon emission. So we
Another lie.
Cows are the problem.
Hey, but this nigga take a jumbo jet to go eat in New York and then fly back the same day. But the cows are the problem. Come on, man.
Right. Yeah. But pretty much him being a liar, all right, telling you that the better way is his way. All right, telling you that, listen, we're gonna make human beings gods. Okay? We just take this mark. All right, this is what these devils are saying, that they're boasting in their wickedness, and it's ultimate to prey on the poor, prey on Israel, prey on the weak. Okay? To pretty much have everyone under subjection after they depop the earth to their Georgia Guidestone standards. Okay? So I gotta
Which he says that he don't know how that shit got destroyed. Another lie. Bro, I'll tell you, bro, this dude's the truly the father of lies, man. He lied as Cain, Esau himself, all right? The devil, that same spirit that was in the lied to the Most High, right there. I don't know where we at. Me? Huh? I'm just hanging around. Talking about I don't know where you at. Got the dirt still on his hands from burying him.
Yeah. Dry blood.
Right.
Dry blood up.
I got another Psalms 10:2 and NLT. It says the wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor. Let them be caught in the evil they plan for others.
Right, just like Haman with Mordecai. He was building them gallows to try to have him Mordecai hanged on him, and what ended up happening was Haman and all his sons were fucking hanged on him, man. It was like, he was taken out of the picture with his own device, his own instrument. Okay?
verse 3, it says, for they brag about their evil desires.
And now we brag about his downfall during the time of Purim. Because we came up off that. We won. We got the victory. He got hanged. Esau lost. His plan failed, man. We got the last ha-ha. Okay? Esau thought he was about to get off. He was going to that dinner, probably rubbing his hands like, boy, I'm about to get that nigga Mordecai. King about to put that crown on. He invited me to dinner. Nope.
He had his nice garment on.
Yeah.
When you got buried, you're hung in this nice garment.
And Xerxes asked him, how would you treat this man who did these things? And he said, oh, I'd roll out the red carpet, do all these things
Yes.
for him.
All right, now you're going to
Bro, it's going to be done. He's thinking he's getting it, and he says, go ahead, and I want you to set it up for Mordecai. So you know that Edomite was bitter. He had to set this up for a nigga. So of course he was mad as fuck, bro. He goes to the gallows. He was getting ready to hang a nigga.
Yeah.
But
Disappointed.
disappointed. Because the Lord had Esther set up at the ear of the king. So through that, Mordecai was spared, and now we have the day of Purim, the day of victory, man, over these damn devils. And we about to have a whole new high holy day. It shall no longer be talking about the deliverance of Egypt.
Because we're gonna get, it says in Revelation, we're gonna get the victory over the beast, his image
And the rider, yep, over the rider. You know, the rider being that the man on the red horse.
Verse 3, Psalms 10:3 NLT, it says, for they brag about their evil desires, they praise the greedy and curse the Lord. The wicked are too proud to seek the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They seem to think that the Most High is dead.
It said they, how did it start again? They boast openly?
Yep, it says, verse 3, it says, they brag, oh yeah, verse 3 in a KJV, it says, for the wicked boast of his heart's desires and bless the covetous whom the Lord abhorred.
Yep, they boast, man. That's them coming out and telling you blatantly in front of your face before they do something. Esau in his form of prophecy, which is just exposing himself, which ain't no form of
So
prophecy.
it's say he will make his tongue fall upon himself.
Yeah.
This nigga is, he's so proud, he's like, fuck it. He's at the point like, what you gonna do? You can't do shit about it.
Go ahead and don't play along.
Yeah,
See if you
see
get
what
happy,
happens.
nigga.
Yeah.
Yep. That's his pride. But the one part of this equation that he forgot about was Yahushai returning. He forgot about that.
Yep, because it says that. It says the wicked are too proud to seek the Most High. They seem to think that the Most High is dead, and that's the, you can see that's the wicked, because like the priest Kwame quoted earlier, Captain Noah Harari, Jesus Christ is a myth, God is dead. This is the same spirit, man. Okay, so it says
that's why, again, going back to they open their mouth towards the heavens, right?
Right, yeah.
They have these satellites listening, but they think they're not hearing nothing. They haven't heard nothing for a minute. You know, we're hearing weird stuff, but it's not something like, you know, we've heard in a while. You know, so they're like, yeah, maybe he gave up. Maybe we got to the ends of the heaven or something, or we figured out the depths of the ocean. So they've been deceived, but again, that sound is being played out here right in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the gates of the nobles.
Yeah, because the scripture say, verily he has a power that hideth himself, man.
Right.
The most, all he did was just cloak, you know, and let prophecy be fulfilled. The scripture say, one of your favorite precepts, he is not moved nor stirred until the said measure is being fulfilled. You have a measure you have to reach.
Right, and that measure, Esau's measure reached when he actually put the spirit into the men to stand up, to not be hid in the corners anymore.
Well, his decline started when he went up to the heavens.
Decon.
Which is that same time,
Exactly.
the end of the late 60s, early 70s. So,
He reached
He
the
reached
heavens, and then now it was time for the you got to the top of the mountain. Now it's time to bring it right back down. Yeah.
Now it's time for that writing on the wall.
And that happens to everybody who's great. You see all the greatest of anything you want, musicians, athletes, whatever it is.
You reach your peak,
and then
there's only one way to go.
Hey, wait, just spirit. I forget which elder said it out the other day, maybe a week or two ago. They recently got a new sound from space. And it gave out a certain thing or whatever. I forget exactly. Oh no, it was from the CERN.
Oh yeah, sure.
They got that.
Which I looked into that. It's a lie. It's a bunch of bullshit. The people that work there saying it's a complete failure. They're just doing shit trying to blow things up at this point, man. They ain't getting no shit that they thought they were gonna get. It ain't nothing like they thought.
That's the Lord.
So that's when they start to see some shit that they not ready for. They trying to figure out how the Lord works, and that's past your pay grade. That's what he's trying to do. He ain't trying to figure out Adam. That's another lie. Adam, the electron. And then got a little picture of it on the wall in your science class. Okay, show me in a microscope. How do you know it looked like that? Nigga. You don't. You just made that up. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like this dude's the father of lies, man. You gotta question everything this nigga has taught us, man.
Yeah.
Especially in the school systems. When the hell you seen an atom? How the hell you see an atom? For you to know this shit orbiting the nucleus, and then he told you that the nucleus got the proton and neutron. How do you know that, nigga? Did you get a microscope and look in there? And I was, not saying the particles ain't real shit, but the way he describes it, and he got pictures of it on the wall and shit, as if he's seen it with his own eye. He's a liar, man. This dude, he's being revealed, man. But he does have a certain capability, and that's how they discovered that kind of weaponry, man. Just fucking trying to discover different particles and shit, and one day it blew up. Say, oh shit, because that's what they even showed you in the Oppenheimer movie, right? They're like, yo, look, we finally did it, and he started doing the calculations like, this is a bomb. So it's not like they went out and searched to make the bomb; they just discovered it. After trying to fuck with the shit they shouldn't be fucking with.
Which the Lord gave them that.
Exactly, because they're the only people to come across this, right? But he can't. Again, that's why he just goes crazy on the chalkboard, because he can't understand. He don't even understand how he gets this information. Because it's not every Edomite that got it. It's only certain ones. That the top of their scientists, Wiseman and Tiemann. But Elam ain't discovered that. It's only for the man that was given the blessing of the sword. But he can't precisely tell you. He can't break it down like that. He just knows that shit go boom when he does this and that. He understands that every action has a reaction. So if he does this with certain chemicals, then he knows he can make a big boom, right?
Back in Psalms 10:5 NLT, it says, yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. It says they snare at all their enemies. They think nothing, it says nothing bad will ever happen to us.
Right.
We will be free of trouble forever. Their mouths are full of curses, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tips of their tongues. They lurk in ambush in the villages, waiting to murder the innocent people. They are always searching for helpless victims.
Yeah, so that's where that pride comes in. Is here it is. You've robbed, you've killed, you continue to do these things to these people, and you think they're never gonna want to do anything back to you. Like they're never gonna plot against you. Like, did you think that was never gonna happen? But that's what the Lord has put in the spirit of these other nations to do. Is exactly that. Even they of their own confederacy had deceived people and laid a snare under thee, man. That's what the scriptures say. Okay, Michael, you have something?
Yeah, I just want to read 3 verses from that James 5.
Read on.
No, that's it.
Okay, come. This is James 5. I like the NLT. I'll read it, the NLT. James 5 and 1 NLT says, look here, you rich people, weep and groan with anguish because of all the terrible troubles ahead of you. And the only rich man is Esau. That's that real breakdown of Lazarus and the rich man, not what IUIC is teaching, man. The rich man is the guy on top of the pyramid scheme. It's Esau.
Well, back then it was the wicked scribes and Pharisees, but it's Esau now.
So James 5.
Because back then the wicked scribes and Pharisees, chiefly the apostles, just went into this in the camp yesterday. They was living great. Niggas was, what's his name? Caiaphas was living in a palace, bro. That nigga was in poor. Them dudes were doing very well. You know what I'm saying? The priests and shit, they were just living off of the people and getting paid off by the Romans.
Yeah, the Sanhedrin.
Yeah.
And that's facts. Because you got, that's why they had it, it's like a 501c3, man. They follow the rules so they can be in league with the Romans, man.
But yeah, then now it's Esau, man, because, you know, there's plenty of scriptures that were talking about our people back then, but now it applies to Esau.
Yeah.
If you wanted to take the book on, well, there you go.
Yep, Jeremiah 30:7. James 5:2 in the NLT says your wealth is rotting away and your fine clothes are moth-eaten rags. And those fine clothes, you go into that woman, how she was dressed, you know, scarlet, you know, all those royal apparel, you know, and it's pretty much getting ripped off of you, right? Because your rulership is getting taken away from you. You quote earlier, his gold and silver, because that's how the rich people try to escape judgment. They use their riches.
Pay it off.
They'll exactly. They'll pay off debts. They'll pay off people. They'll buy doomsday bunkers. You know, have escape plans and private islands. You know,
That's how you say money is a defense.
Yeah, exactly. But that's
But wisdom. Need wisdom above all that.
That's right. Or we want more. James 5:3 in the NLT says your gold and silver have become worthless. There you go. It says the very wealth you were counting, on will eat you away like eat your flesh like fire. It says eat away your flesh like fire. It says this treasure you have accumulated will stand as evidence against you on the day of judgment. Surah 10.
Yep, ill-gotten riches, you know, that's a slot too, yep. You got it off of blood, man. It's all blood money. Everything we got, you know, so in return, the scripture say it cannot be cleansed but by the blood of them that shed it. The Lord is looking, the only way it can be resolved is by you fulfilling prophecy as going into captivity for all your unrighteous decrees, man, and the bloodshedding of Israel chiefly. Because that's all this devil want to do is devour until he can't devour no more, you know.
He cometh not but to steal and kill.
He's created to destroy, man. The ways to destroy. We created him to bring weapons of mass destruction. What do you expect from him? He's in his nature. You know, he can't help it. But anybody got something that goes on?
Yeah, I got a quick, just right to the point. Job 18 and verse 8, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon the snare.
Yeah, he the same traps he laid, he's about to fall into, man. It's all gonna come back upon his head. It's called karma, right? And people say karma, you get what you deserve or whatever.
Yeah.
Goes around, comes around. Well, that roundhouse kick is coming right back. You're like, you know, you'll fight if somebody threw a punch at you, but guess what? There's a punch coming right back at you. So Esau's out of here, man. He's done. His system is failing him because it's not going as planned for him. You know, shit's not going as planned. That's why they're divided, and the elites can't agree on everything. So how the hell they gonna build a kingdom? They trying to establish a new world order, which they've been doing. You know, they've had this, you know, this idea for hundreds of years at this point. And then they just updated it more as their technology got better. Just keep watching, man, because the evil times are about to happen, and that mark of the beast is gonna come quickly after shit gets real. You know.
They're putting it out there, man. It's becoming now something that's being shown in the mainstream, even in movies, man.
Yeah.
Now every other movie that comes out has some digital to, you know, or some type of agenda that leads, you know, towards what Esau is trying to do upon earth, man. You know, whether it's a comedy movie, a horror movie, or something, you're gonna find something that's gonna have to do with his agenda being pushed, man. All right. You know, so hey, Lord's will, this was edifying. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakodash. Give honor to the elders, apostles of the great millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. That would say shalom.